Come experience education with no boundaries at Ndejje University, where learning is taken beyond the confines of a lecture room. Come experience Ndejje University's Open Distance e-learning ODEL initiative. The program is flexible, reliable, and affordable with an impeccable support system to help you excel in the areas of engineering, health sciences, arts, education, social sciences, business management, basic sciences, and information technology. It will not matter where you are with our ODEL program. Your education experience at Ndejje University will be of quality. For more information, kindly visit our website at www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug or call 0392 730 321. Ndejje University. Come experience a holistic approach to learning.
This week.
Did you know that women empowerment is defined in several ways? Did you know that parenting is twice the stress, but twice the love, the hug, and the pride? Here I am to bring you the woman of valor, where ladies are proposing that parenting is not a life full of struggles, but a journey for the stronger ones.
For those who are married, let love stay, because once it is disintegrated, the foundation is destroyed.
Catch me every Thursday at 19 hours here at Ndejje University TV with Joe and Peace.
This week.
The top management cannot make it, where even those in the maintenance department. I think I know the greatest university always is grounded to a halt when the maintenance staff, they might be in charge of our, but should they lay down their tools, we are finished. Two.
The new semester at Ndejje University began with slight changes, among which is community hour, which is mandatory to both students and lecturers, Sunday online classes for weekend students, among others, as Miri Kwagala explains.
We expect, as it has always been, but this time we are putting in more effort to make sure that all the students and staff do attend and participate during the community hour. And on Sunday, we are saying we observe as required by the pillars of Christianity, especially the Anglican Church of Uganda, that we observe a Sunday. So on Sunday we are having our online classes, and we are encouraging our students to embrace it.
The University Assistant Chaplain, Reverend Juliet Kansime, welcomed all students at the university and stressed that they focused on their studies.
I want to appreciate God for the new year and for bringing you back for this semester. There is a reason as to why God has given you the opportunity to come back for your studies. So do not take this as something for granted, but there are so many people yearning to come to universities, but they have no opportunity. I encourage you, when you come to university, when you go to classes, please do what has taken you there. Make sure that you work hard and you graduate.
However, she urged the students to embrace the university programs because time will come for them to graduate and leave the university.
I know some of you are being challenged, talking about the issue of ABCD, even the issue of online classes. I know God is in full control. Just accept that. If that is what has been passed, accept it, embrace it, and the Lord will give you the way to go. I just want to encourage you, don't lose hope, don't give up. This is the time that God has given us to be at the university. Time will come and you'll not be here.
Reverend Juliet further advised the students to utilize the offices for guidance in different aspects of life.
Utilize the time, utilize your classes, utilize the chaplain's office. Come and we commune together in the community hour. I encourage you to come for community hour. We have lunch hour fellowships every day in D2. Please come and fellowship with us. You find any challenge, please come and consult. We are here to guide you. We are here to help you out spiritually, but also physically. We have guidance. We can give you some guidance, some advices that you can take and help you to go through the challenges.
Students stretched out their reactions about the online lectures, saying the university should at least show fairness to them since they have only 2 days for classes.
Our fellow colleagues, for them they have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. So for them they have ample time, but for us we've been having 2 days. We've been meeting and having physical interactions with our lecturers. Now it's 1 day, just a Saturday. I think Saturday is not enough for us. I think let's have the 2 days for us. So I am not in the support for online lectures for now, but also the thing is they did not engage us. If the administration did engage us as the students, I think would have maybe supported or present our views, yeah, but we weren't engaged.
Me, I cannot understand computer practicals online. That's to me. Then the other thing is, to me, if it is possible, since they are introducing lectures online, then it means they have to reduce on fees, or I mean on tuition. That is to me, because now by increasing on tuition, at the same time we are having lectures online, I see as if it encroaches on our side as students, because some of us, we are hustlers, we are paying for ourselves. So it's like we are double incurring.
For now, I don't think we are ready for the online classes, because if they had told us about it with time, we would have prepared for the online classes. But since they didn't inform us about the online classes, we're not ready. One, personally, I'm married with 4 kids in the house running up and down, so I don't think I would be much concentrative on studying from 7 a.m. up to 8 p.m. in the evening for the online classes. That is one of my reasons I can't concentrate reading from home. That is the reason why I sacrifice for the 2 days in a week. That is weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I leave home, I come, I study, then I go back. But when the kids are home running up and down, I can't really concentrate and read for the whole day.
Some students said they support the new change as long as it is communicated earlier.
We all want to move to the digital world, but you don't come abruptly and then want someone to move straight from the analog to the digital world. No, you prepare someone to do it. So if they can prepare us, take us through and maybe find the best way to have these online classes. Maybe you can start with having 1 online, then the next semester I have 2 online. You keep on increasing, but you can't wake up in the morning and say the whole day is an online study. No, it can't work. There are people who don't know how to log in. They don't know how to maybe raise hands and ask questions. It's full of distractions. So prepare students to have the online study.
The online lectures, they are not bad. It is very okay. But as long as the university is ready to provide for us the data for the lectures.
It should be remembered that Ndejje University received a new Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Canon Dr. Olivia Nasaka Banja, who replaced Professor Elia Bulugujo, who had served the university for 10 years. Sarah Chirabo, live at 8.
5 of them follow a similar.
His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni departed for the Burundi capital Bujumbura this morning to attend the 20th Extraordinary Summit of the East African Community Heads of State. On arrival at Bujumbura International Airport, the President proceeded straight to the State House. President Museveni was received by his host, His Excellency General Evariste Ndayishimiye, and immediately proceeded to sign the Vistas book before being ushered to the summit room. In attendance were all the East African heads of states, with only His Excellency Salva Kiir missing, but represented by Minister of East African Affairs, Honorable Deng Alol. Giving his remarks before the closed-door meeting, the host and current chairman of the East African Community Summit, His Excellency President Evariste Ndayishimiye, outlined the purpose of the meeting. A communique was issued after the closed session in which the heads of the state directed that immediate ceasefire by all parties, withdraw including the foreign armed groups, and directed the chiefs of defense forces to meet within 1 week and set new timelines for the withdrawal and recommend appropriate deployment matrix. That this process be combined by dialogue, violations be reported to the chairperson of the summit for immediate consultation with members of the summit. Sarah Chirabo, live at 8.
Tarehe 6 is the day UPDF marks the attack on Kabamba Barracks in 1981, which launched the 5-year struggle that brought the National Resistance Movement government to power 36 years ago. The day is celebrated every 6th of February, and this year's celebrations are held in Mbarara under the theme recognizing the sacrifice of the founders of the People's Revolution for socio-economic transformation. The military history of Uganda dates from way back when Uganda was first a collection of feudal states, then a colonial state, and later a neo-colonial state. Uganda, like many colonial states, inherited a colonial army at independence. This colonial army composed largely of Acholi, Langi, and Sudanese Nubians, like the colonial armies in Belgian Congo, South Sudan, among others. Uganda's colonial army was ill-trained and primarily composed of a drudge from society. Shortly after independence, a political cloud of uncertainty began to manifest in Uganda. In December 1965, the Kabaka of Buganda, Frederick Mutesa, through the British firm, ordered for a catchment of heavy weapons, something that didn't please Prime Minister Apollo Milton Obote. The result of this was a 12-hour standoff between Mutesa lieutenants and the Uganda Army under command of Brigadier Idi Amin on June 1, 1966, which culminated into Kabaka Mutesa running to exile and kingdoms abolished. On January 25, 1971, Idi Amin, who was Chief of Staff of Uganda Army, having run out of favor with Milton Obote, captured power through a coup. In 1972, there were 2 coup attempts against Idi Amin's regime. One was led by Ugandans in exile living across the Mutukula border post with Tanzania. The second was by Captain Charles Nsumba. He led a group of predominantly Baganda officers in what was supposed to be an easy raid on State House Entebbe. Tibaita Babiri, they were ambushed by Idi Amin and his soldiers. Nsumba was killed and the rest of his men fled. On 11th April 1979, Idi Amin and his Uganda army were deposed and replaced by the Uganda National Resistance Army. Uganda was governed by a military commission led by Paulo Muwanga and Yoweri Museveni. After the elections held in 1980, Obote and UPC were declared winners. This election, an aberration on electoral democracy in Uganda, was fraught with gross malpractices. Uganda was headed for a repeat of the Amin decade with UPC and Obote as the sponsors of terror, thus necessitating a group of Afro-Nasa fighters and like-minded ideologically correct Ugandans to take up arms. On a sober February 6, 1981, the People's Resistance Army, composed of 41 men with 27 guns, launched a guerrilla war against Milton Obote with an attack on Kabamba military barracks. The People's Resistance Army was the military wing of Uganda Patriotic Movement led by Yoweri Museveni. A protracted guerrilla war was now in play. In January 1981, the Uganda National Rescue Front, headed by Brigadier Moses Ali, was formed. It was a ragtag outfit with more generals than a formal army. As the NRA ranks grew in the jungles of Luwero, the external wing also began incorporating more Ugandans from the diaspora into its ranks. The NRA was unlike any army in Uganda's history. It demystified the gun and enabled citizens to associate. On January 26, 1986, the National Resistance Army overthrew the short-lived military junta of Brigadier Basilio Okello and General Tito Okello. NRA quickly opened up its ranks to those willing to join, which brought in place a broad-based government. A comprehensive plan of training and ideological orientation towards the Pan-African agenda enabled National Resistance Army absorb the Uganda National Rescue Front of Moses Ali. Juma Orisi's West Nile Bank Front was totally defeated by the NRA, as indeed was Alice Lakwena's short-lived rebellion. Joseph Kony too, who had kept northern Uganda without peace for a long time through his rebel outfit of Lord's Resistance Army, was fully defeated. By 2006, Uganda for the first time in 500 years was at peace. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8.
The Gazelles will be representing Uganda in the upcoming AfroBasket Zone 5 games, starting the 14th to 19th of February at Lugogo Indoor Arena, facing the continent's powerhouses like Egypt, Rwanda, South Sudan and Kenya. As a way to prepare for the tournament, the team yesterday on Sunday had a friendly match-up against a select side from Kampala, which ended 79-52 in favor of the Gazelles. The select side was a pile of players dropped from provisional team that was called last month in January and was coached by KIU's Roger Serunyigo. National team captain Flavia Okecho joined the Gazelles 2 weeks later, but managed to steer her ladies to much-needed confidence booster ahead of the party. In yesterday's friendly, the Sockers were Hope Akello with 11, Agatha Kamwanda with 10, Sarah Ageno with 9, Letitia Awol with 8, and Susan Becker with 7 points to get the Gazelles underway. Nicholas Natuhereza's starting 5 had Shira Ramunu, Evelyn Nachiyingi, Letitia Awol, Sarah Ageno, and Priska Abba, and the first quarter was characterized by a slow start before bouncing back to the lead 13-11 and never looked back. By halftime, the Gazelles were 18 ahead and the fourth quarter ended 67-45, but 2 5-minute overtime periods were added to have players show off as the team nears a cut to compose a final 12 women squad. Sarah Chirabo, Alisharan Kiranda, live at 8.
Sensational boxer Sadil Musa Bongi had an impressive start to the year with a knockout against Ivan Magum in the national super middleweight contest, making him the favorite to take home the January Sports Personality Award by the Uganda Sports Press Association. The former Bombers captain and Olympic star made a huge statement on the fateful night inside the packed Lugogo Indoor Arena and has been a remarkable figure in the world of boxing since turning pro in February 2022. Very confident about being the best boxer in Uganda, Sadil challenged Ugandan legendaries Kasim Ouma and Moses Gola to take a fight, which has made him a headliner in the circles of boxing. To win the USPA Monthly Award, he beat the Itanda Kayakers, who won the men's edition of the Waterfall T20 Elite League, and the CP Trekkers, who won the women's edition of the same cricket tournament. He also bested the Mukono Women's Pool Club, who emerged winners of the National League on their debut after defeating Upper Volt and Scrub Buyers in the playoffs. Youngster Walid Omar, a motocross champion, was in the race as well as for the USPA Award and was nominated for his dominance in the MX 125cc class at the National Motocross Championship last weekend in Garuga. Omar gained respect from the fans in the motorsports after rendering a heartfelt apology to his closest competition, Milton Akiki, with whom he collided in the final heat of the contest, earning him a deserved nomination for his act of sportsmanship. The voting took place on Monday during USPA's monthly General Assembly that was held at Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala. In the assembly, members of the association were reminded of the role played by journalism in the growth of the sports sector amidst the turbulence and legal challenges that the sector is facing currently. To expand the recognition of talent in the sports sector, the association has added 3 award categories to the existing one, and that is the Promising Talent Award, the Sports Award, and the Supportive Assistant Award. Alicia Ranchiranda, ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8.